Hello, everyone. I'm deeply grateful to be here with you today, sharing this moment of reflection and connection. Life, as we all know, is a journey filled with ups and downs, twists and turns that we often can't anticipate. Sometimes, it throws challenges at us that shake us to our very core. It could be the loss of someone we deeply loved, a setback in our career that we never saw coming. Or perhaps a business into which we poured our heart and soul, only to see it fail despite all our efforts. When these kinds of trials come our way, it can feel like the ground beneath us is crumbling, leaving us with a sense of despair and helplessness that is hard to describe. In those moments, we might find ourselves asking, how can I possibly move forward from here? How do I begin to rebuild when everything seems lost? Many of you listening today might be experiencing or have experienced such profound challenges. Perhaps some of you are still in the thick of it, trying to navigate your way through an overwhelming grief after losing a beloved family member. Every day might feel like a struggle, a heavy burden that seems impossible to bear. Or maybe you faced the shock and pain of losing a job you dedicated years to, only to be left wondering where to go from here. Others among you might have watched a business, one that you nurtured and cared for as if it were your own child, fall apart. Despite your best efforts to keep it afloat, I want you to know that your feelings of sadness, frustration, and even hopelessness are not only understandable, they are shared by many others who have walked similar paths. In my own life, I've encountered moments where the future seemed bleak, where I questioned my purpose and struggled with a deep sense of loneliness. I remember one particularly difficult time when I had to say goodbye to someone who had been a cornerstone in my life. The days that followed were filled with an emptiness that seemed impossible to fill, and the pain was so intense that it felt like it would never end. I also recall a time when my professional life took a sharp turn for the worse. And I was left grappling with the reality that everything I had worked for was slipping away. In those moments, it was hard to see any light at the end of the tunnel. But looking back now, I realize that these experiences, as painful as they were, taught me invaluable lessons about resilience, about the strength that lies within each of us, even when we feel at our weakest. So, how do we navigate through these tough times? How do we find the strength to not only survive but eventually thrive after experiencing such profound losses? The first step, as I have learned, is to allow yourself to feel. It's okay to grieve, to feel the weight of your sadness, and to acknowledge the pain that comes with loss. Sometimes, we are told to be strong, to move on quickly, or to push our emotions aside. But true strength lies in allowing yourself to process what has happened, to sit with your emotions, and to let them flow naturally. Only by confronting your feelings can you begin to heal from within. Once you've given yourself the space to grieve, the next step is to start making small changes in your daily life. It doesn't have to be anything monumental. Sometimes, the smallest adjustments can lead to the most significant transformations. Perhaps it's as simple as taking a few minutes each morning to meditate, focusing on your breath and grounding yourself in the present moment. Or maybe it's starting a journal where you can freely express your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Writing down your feelings can be incredibly cathartic and can help you process the complex emotions that often accompany loss and failure. Another powerful tool in your healing journey is gratitude. It might seem counterintuitive to focus on gratitude when you're in the midst of suffering, but it can be a transformative practice. Start by acknowledging the small things: waking up to a new day, the warmth of the sun on your face, or the simple pleasure of a cup of coffee in the morning. As you cultivate this sense of gratitude, you'll begin to notice a shift in your perspective. The things that once felt overwhelming might start to feel more manageable, and you'll find that you're slowly but surely building the foundation for a new beginning. And let's not underestimate the power of connection. During difficult times, it's easy to isolate ourselves, to retreat into our own world of pain. But reaching out to others, whether it's friends, family, or even support groups, can make a world of difference. Sharing your story, your struggles, and your fears with others can be incredibly healing. You'll often find that by opening up, you're not only helping yourself but also offering comfort to those who may be going through similar challenges. As you go through this process of healing and rebuilding, remember that time is your ally. The pain you feel now, no matter how intense, will not last forever. There will come a day when the weight of your grief starts to lift, when the fog begins to clear, and you start to see glimpses of hope and possibility. It's important to hold on to the belief that you are capable of not just surviving this difficult time, but of emerging from it stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Now, I want to remind you of something important: you are not alone in this journey. Every single one of us has faced or will face challenges that test our resolve, our strength, and our spirit. But it's through these very challenges that we grow and learn the most about ourselves. You have within you a well of strength that you might not even realize exists. It's in these moments of adversity that this strength is revealed, and it's what will carry you through to the other side. As we wrap up today's talk, I hope that something I've shared has resonated with you. I hope that you found a bit of comfort in knowing that it's okay to feel what you're feeling. And that there is a path forward, even if it's not immediately clear. The small steps you take today, the little acts of self-care, the moments of gratitude, the connections you nurture will all contribute to your healing and growth. In time, you'll look back on this period not as a time of defeat, but as a time of profound transformation. You'll see how far you've come, how much you've grown, and how you've emerged from the darkness with a renewed sense of purpose and hope. Remember, we are in this together, and together, we can find our way forward. I wish you nothing but strength, hope, and light on your journey. Thank you for being here with me today, and take care of yourselves.